Hi, thank you for watching this training video on the Koncert remote Salesfloor room. In this video, I'll be reviewing the functionality of the Salesfloor room, how to navigate, and how this works when you are using Salesfloor, Call Blitz, and using the technology when you're dialing. So what are the benefits of having the remote Salesfloor for individual users and for the sales team? Well, remote Salesfloor is to bring back that kind of Salesfloor workspace experience, but in a virtual environment. This is really helping sales team with collaboration, with connecting with each other, coaching, engaging with the team to really help people with team activities, helping them, share information about their cold calling and just getting better at doing the cold call, but also being able to do this kind of activity together. So what you're seeing here on the left-hand side is Salesfloor. So when I first come into the remote Salesfloor, it will initially come in to allow people to create a Salesfloor room. But you'll also notice on the right-hand side that it also has this option that I can toggle over to the Call Blitz rooms. And we're going to go into the Call Blitz rooms in just a moment, but I'm going to start with the Salesfloor room. So Salesfloor, the use case for Salesfloor is to be able to create a room where you can invite other users to join your room to, again, discuss any kind of sales activities that you're about to do, but it's also really great, again, for having people do a ride along. It's great for coaching and training and so on. And so when I go create a new new room, you'll notice that if the Koncert admin has enabled this feature for users, there's a button that says that you can create a private room. So what is a private room for users? It allows people to still have the sales leaders if they want to come in and listen to their calls, their conversations with prospects. But you might want a private room which will not allow other users to listen to your cold calls. So this is definitely something that you can talk to the Koncert admin on a feature that they can enable for you to create a private room. But right now, we're just going to create a new room. And so what's going to happen when the new room is created is this is where you're going to have a room where as people join your room, you'll see on the left-hand side down at the bottom, you can show attendees. So as people start to join your room, you're going to see their names. You're going to see if they are muted or not muted. You can see if they're showing their video. So this is something that you can minimize on the screen or open up. But this really gives you some insights, just like with other apps when you're having team members come into the room. Now, down at the bottom, here, I'm just going to move this up, is you'll see your audio here. Now, if you click on this button, you can definitely check to see if your microphone is set up to the right microphone, what camera you're using. You also see some themes here, so I can change my background themes if I want, so I can have a little bit of fun with my background here. But I can minimize this screen, and also I can, in this screen, I can share a screen. So if people want to share the screen to show some content, to navigate around Koncert, you can share your screen. You're going to see this feature whether you're dialing or in the Call Blitz room or in the Salesfloor room. And then I can also share my video, my camera here. You'll also see here there's a chat room, so I can open up the chat and be able to chat with other people. I have a feature here that if I want to raise my hand to say, hey, I have a question, I will have that. So again, with the chat room here, I can minimize, expand this screen. Here, I'm just going to move this over for the chat. You'll notice, everyone, I'm moving this over so I can have a better view. But in here, I can open this up and I can, there we go, I'll do that. So as I'm chatting with people in the room, people sometimes as they're talking, they might want to ask a question. So, right, so I can come in here and you can start seeing that chat. I can minimize this. And by the way, the chat room is used in Salesfloor, again, in Call Blitz and when I'm dialing. So there might be a time that someone is doing a ride along and maybe someone has a question for you, but they don't want to interrupt you while you're having a conversation with someone. So I'm going to close that. I also have these emojis here. So again, as I mentioned before, I can open this up and it's great if I have a question, right? So I can raise my hand, so I can lower that. But I also have these great emojis that I can use. But I can also use a feature that, if someone has some great news, I can, again, have fun in this virtual space that I'm in Salesforce. So there's really simple features down at the bottom that helps you when you're in this conversation with the team. Now you'll notice on the right hand side that while I'm in my Salesforce room, there's two other people that are in concert. I can see Jim here is dialing. So as people come into concert, on the right-hand side, I can see, because I'm in Salesforce, if other people are already starting to make some outbound calls. Now, you'll notice also with Steve and Jim here at the right, I'm in kind of observer mode. So before I join anyone else's Salesforce room, if I want, I can click on listen, so I can listen to someone as they're having a conversation. I also have a feature up at the top that I can listen to everybody if I want to listen to multiple people as they're dialing. I have that feature here. But I also have this option that I can join their room. So what happens when someone is dialing is I can join the room. I'm automatically muted, so I'm not disruptive there. So you see here, Jim is on a live call here, which is great. But I also, without joining the room, I have an option to click on chat, right? So I can chat with Jim or with Steve here. So I have some really great features before I even join the room. Now, up at the top, right, again, the listen all, I have an option to open up any kind of captions if I want to see that feed. I have a refresh button. This button right here is very similar to what you would have down here. So this is just another way to get to those settings. Now, I also have an option that I can open up this view, right? So if I have a whole bunch of people that are making calls and so on that are in Salesforce, I can see that whole list. Or I can totally close the whole view out and I can just be in this room. Now, again, to open this up, I just click on this button here, and now I'm in this view. Now, if I want to now go over to Call Blitz, now just as a reminder for the Call Blitz rooms, you'll notice I have multiple Call Blitz rooms over to the right. There might be different reasons why you have different rooms. For example, this is maybe the room that you have the whole sales team can join. And you'll notice that up here, I have some that have a pencil icon here that I can edit and some that I can't. The ones that I can't change is because another concert manager or admin has created that room. So it's not my room that I created, so I don't have an edit option. But for these other rooms that I've created, I have this pencil icon that allows me to change some of my settings here. So let me show you how to create a Call Blitz room. Up at the top right is a plus signal, and I can open this up, and I can give a name to the room. If I have, I'm just going to say test room. If I want to make it a private room, this means that I'm selecting specific users that are able to join the room. So I can maybe pick just one person, or I can select all, but I have more control on who can join the Call Blitz room. And I also have an option to make the room permanent. Not every Call Blitz room is a room that you're going to keep as permanent. So maybe it's just a temporary one that I might say, hey, Arun, come join me in the Call Blitz room. Once we're done, we're out of the Call Blitz room. That Call Blitz room will just disappear. Or I can make it permanent. I hit save. And now you're going to see a list here that you're going to see Call Blitz rooms. Now, for these other rooms that I have created, for this one, maybe that I created, I can go ahead and click delete. And that permanent room is now gone from my list here. So once I'm ready to join the Call Blitz room, all I have to do is click this join button. And you'll notice that my Salesfloor room is still up here. I still have this active in the Salesfloor room. Now I can hang up if I end my Salesfloor room. It's saying, hey, you're about to lose that Salesfloor room. That's not a problem. I'm still in Call Blitz. So as people join the Call Blitz room, you're going to see them joining. Again, this is your collaboration room. This is where everyone can talk to each other, but then they can go off and start dialing. And as they're dialing, you're still all in the same room. So in here, I'm muted here so I can unmute myself, or if I want, I can create a new Salesfloor room. Now, a lot of people ask us, well, why would I in Call Blitz also create a Salesfloor room? Well, there's a lot of times when you have multiple people in a collaboration room, a Call Blitz room, there's times where people want to have a side conversation outside of the team. So if I come up here and I use this feature that says full screen, what this means is I click on it and now I'm in my Salesforce room. And now I can invite, say, hey, Arun, come join me in my Salesforce room. Again, think about having a whole bunch of people in the Salesforce. Sometimes you need to have that side conversation. You'll notice here, though, that I'm still in Call Blitz, and I can still click this feature right here, and I can toggle right back into the Call Blitz. Really easy, right? So it's easy to toggle back from Salesforce to Call Blitz. So now that I'm back in the Call Blitz room, I can talk to the team. And I still, in here, anytime that somebody wants to hop into my Salesforce room, I can still talk to them while still being in the Call Blitz room. I will say that if I'm having a side conversation with someone in my Salesforce room, then I'm going to mute myself in the Call Blitz so people aren't hearing a one-sided conversation. But once you're ready to start dialing, all you have to do is go over to your dialer. So you'll notice here I have kind of a test list here that I can start dialing. And in here I can come in and come in here and pick my mobile phone number to do parallel dialing. And so this is a great way where once you join audio, you can start your dialing session, but you'll notice on the right, I still have my feature here to expand the view to see my room. If anyone joins my room, I'm going to see that they're joining my room, but I can also see anyone that's in my Call Blitz room. But what happens when I start dialing and start my session, what's going to happen is I can leave this room open, or again, I can minimize it. And as I have a connected call, which I'm going to connect my call here. And sorry, everyone, I'm going to hang up because I just called myself. So now I'm in a connected call. So I'm in if I was in a conversation, I would not be able to hear anyone in the Call Blitz room. Again, I can still expand my view, but you'll notice here it says I'm on a route because I've hung up the call. Now I can disposition my call, right? Maybe I'll just, put other and test call. And once I start dialing and I keep on dialing, I am going to start dialing. You'll notice that it says I'm dialing. And if I get on to another call, great, or I can pause my dialing session. You'll see that I'm paused. So everyone in the Call Blitz room is going to see where am I at. But if I have a live call, you're going to see that in the dialing session. So I'm going to go ahead and end my dialing session here. As soon as I wrap up or hang up a call, if I'm in the Call Blitz room, I can unmute myself. So I can go unmute, and then I can start talking to the rest of the team. And so, but you did notice that it did automatically mute me. Now people can still listen to my conversations, in the Call Blitz room. But when I want to talk to the rest of the team, I just have to unmute myself. Or I can, if people want to ask me questions and so on, I can come back into the Call Blitz room just with a super easy toggle from being in the dialer and being in here, and then I can talk to the team. Again, I can stay in the parallel dialer, expand my room. I can still talk to everyone in the Call Blitz room, but it's just a little bit smaller view of seeing the team. So the Call Blitz room is probably the favorite of all of our customers because they really love the collaboration. The Salesfloor is this great feature again for these ride-alongs or coaching and training. And if you have any questions about the functionality of the Salesforce room or would like a call with your customer success manager to help, ask questions or help navigate the Salesforce room, please let us know. And we hope you enjoy the Salesforce technology. Thank you.